This is by far one of the oldest examples of a video game inspiring to become a film, and I'm sure everybody has probably heard of it anyways. Uh, it's Mario. Now, Mario started out back in the 80s in I think it's the the famous Donkey Kong arcade game where you use hammers to bash barrels that the huge monkey throws at you. But then it branched off to become a game all its own, and it's inspired the classic platform game. All he, all Mario does is he walks around, and when he jumps, he can bash his head against certain bricks or something like that to get different items like mushrooms to make himself bigger, extra lives, firepower where you can just chuck full fireballs, and they add different things to the different games. Then uh then there's enemies wandering around, but if you walk into them, if you don't really have a mushroom as a buffer, you die. So, to get rid of them, what you have to do is basically jump on them. And that's the classic way to get rid of enemies in any platform game nowadays. For certain enemies like Koopas, which I think are kind of inspired by Kappa, the mythical Japanese beast that resembles a monkey turtle thing. But they normally don't die when you jump on them. All they do is just retreat into their shells. But what you do then is you pick them up, and then you chuck them, and that hits every enemy that's in its path. Now the whole story is I think this is basically the whole story for every Mario game is the Princess of the Mushroom Kingdom, Princess Peach, always gets captured by the King of the Koopas, Bowser, or at least in some of the cartoons, King Koopa or whatever. But what you have to do is you have to go actually find her and endure several levels to do so. Different elements have been added through as the game evolved. For instance, in one of them, I forgot exactly which one it's called, but you can get a certain dinosaur mount called Yoshi. Yoshi kind of baffles me because I'm always been told that he's a he, but he lays eggs, which is typical she behavior. So I don't know if it's the whole rooster laying an egg on the top of a barn riddle, but still. Yoshi's pretty handy because he can eat enemies, or at least the small ones. And for Koopas, it usually depends. For certain ones, he can fly. For other ones, he can shoot fireballs. Uh, the mo the one thing about all this is that you have to do all this under a certain time limit, which is classic for a platform game. Because otherwise, you can just go around as many times as you like. And Mario also goes a separate way of sometimes preventing you from going back the way you came, which is understandable. Now, Mario has been the poster child of Nintendo and has been very versatile. So it has expanded into other things like there's Mario Party, which is basically like a board game, but it works its best if somebody plays it with multiple people. There's Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Mario Kart, which is basically a racing game. And they also added some other ones where there's a bit more free movement, like Mario Sunshine, where you have a huge little water thing on your back and you spray it on certain objects, usually certain really disgusting looking things. But overall, its design has been perfectly good because it has resisted the test of time. And it's been more than 25 years since the Mario bandwagon started. And aside from all the golfing, karting, and Mario painting, it's been a pretty good enterprise. But sometimes people, I don't know if there's a point where Mario is eventually going to retire. I don't know. Doubts are that that will happen. I know that Mario has been made into cartoons and other things like I know Hotel Mario is popular in parodical videos on YouTube, YouTube poops. But the film has been released in the 90s or so, but I haven't seen it. But I'll look it up. So until then, see you later.